welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm kind of nervous about it because I've never done anything like this before. And I don't know if anyone will do this or not. Today I'm going to be doing my own tag for the witchy community, so I'm hoping that people will be intrigued with these questions and try and answer them. I have my notes down here too, so I can like read everything so I don't miss like anything I want to add in about it. Okay, so this is going to be a 15 question tag for the witchy community. They're just kind of fun questions that I either like saw online that I thought were interesting questions. Some of them are a little bit mixed up, like normal questions that you would have for like a party or whatever, but I like mixed them up to be a bit witchier because I thought that would be fun. So yes, some of these have already been asked online, some of them I don't think have been asked. Anyways, I hope this is entertaining and fun way to get to know some of the witches on any like media platform, I guess. However you want to do this. If you want to do it, you know, just amongst your friends or whatever, yeah, that's cool. If you want to do a video answering these questions, I would love to have a bunch of VRs on this. So with that being said, the tag is Get to Know Your Witches tag, or hashtag Get to Know Your Witches. I wanted to tag some of my favorite witchy YouTubers that I watch as well. You guys do not have to do this, but if you really want to, it'd be cool to watch you guys do a video on it. So it's up to you in the end. I really don't care if you do or don't. If I do not tag you in this video, this is a tag for anyone and everyone who wants to do it. So if you want to do it, just do it. Just do it. Okay. So here are some of the witches I would love to see, or at least the YouTubers I would love to see do a video on this. Ashley Michele, the Barefoot Taurus, Shadow Harvest, Joey Morris, Cris Ashburn, Azura Dragonfeather, Harmony Nice, Coyote Moon. I know you just started your channel, so I thought it would be fun to kind of throw you in. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Kellyanne Maddox, Mintfaery, the Green Witch, Owlvine Green, and the Witchy Mommy. So as I said, if you guys don't want to do this tag, you don't have to do it. I just wanted to throw it out there if you're interested. You can find the questions. I'm going to try and post the link to the questions on my Instagram, so presumably you'll be able to find it on my Instagram. If not, I have a Google Docs like a document where I typed all the questions down, and I'm going to share the link down below, so they should be there. If they're not there, I'm going to type out the questions in the description anyways, so everyone should be able to access them. Let's get into the questions, shall we? Number 1, does your sun sign, zodiac sign, portray you correctly? If not, do your other planetary signs? So, I'm not going to go into all of my planetary signs because I don't like have my list down, and I just started really practicing with them anyways. So for my sun sign, I'm a Scorpio, and I would say I fit it pretty well most of the time, except I don't think I'm like this sexual goddess being. I think that's saying a little bit too much, giving me a little bit too much credit. But most of the Scorpio stuff, I think I fall under pretty well. Number 2, what songs bring you the most magical vibes? So right now, I'm thinking of a few of them, although I don't know if these really count as, like, the magical vibes or just the fact that it, like, my soul loves these songs. From Aurora, I love the song Queendom. That song, oh my goodness, that song. It gives me just, like, a feeling of home. So there are 2 songs that have always given me really crazy, weird, magical vibes. Like, they're unusual, weird songs, and I love them. I obsess over them. So The House of the Rising Sun. I grew up listening to the version from Waylon Jennings, I believe, which is called The Real House of the Rising Sun, is his cover of it. So that song, it's just so mysterious, and I love hearing female covers of this song because ladies get it with this song. They throw everything into it. Besides that, I believe the song is called Nature Boy, and it's just this really, like, unusual sounding song. Like, I don't know, it's the melodies of it are so mysterious, and they just, like, entice me to listen to them. Aurora did a cover for that song, and I love her cover for it because she makes it sound so creepy, and it's, like, amazing. Number 3, which one of your deities, guides, or ancestors is most sarcastic with you? If this doesn't apply to you, which of your tarot or oracle decks is? So, I'll tell you both for mine. So I don't work with her a lot, but the first one that I immediately thought of is I work with Lilith every now and then. She kind of makes her rounds. But most of the time she's just very... Like, it's funny because she reminds me almost of, like, a character from... I don't know if you guys have read The Warrior Cats. There's a character in there named Yellowfang. Lilith reminds me of Yellowfang's attitude, like that kind of attitude towards, like, talking the way Yellowfang talked to Fireheart or Firepaw, whatever name he held at that time. She's just very feisty towards me in conversation over simple things. Like, I'll say something and she'll be like, oh, this kid doesn't know what she's talking about, or she's not very bright, is she, sort of thing, when she's talking to Freya about me. I'm like, I'm right here, don't be mean. Yeah, so Lilith is probably the most sarcastic with me. And then this deck, Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck, which is amazing because it's based off of a book series, so the cards are gorgeous. They're always very truthful to me, and kind of, like, in a mean way sometimes, or, like, in a sarcastic manner. So I remember one time, at one of my old jobs, I wanted to go hang out with my brother for the day, but I worked a shift that day, so I was all like, should I call in and be like, I can't go, or should I just go to work? And, like, I was really conflicted on what I should do, because I didn't want to be an asshole and not go to work whenever nothing was really wrong with me, but I really wanted to hang out with my brother. So I ended up pulling out my cards and doing a reading on whether I should go. Let me see if I can find the card real quick. There we go. There it is. So I was asking if I should go to work or not, and the card I pulled was Choices. And I was like, that is such a slap in the face for me, Oracle. You can't even tell me. You're just like, bitch, make the choice on your own. I ended up going to work that day, by the way. I was like, God damn it, I need the money, so I guess I ought to go. So, yeah. Wisdom deck, probably one of my favorite decks too, but it is definitely feisty with me sometimes. Number 4, biggest witchy mess up or misinterpretation. So for me, the biggest one that I've had so far, which you've heard me talk about if you watch my videos on my channel before, is my misinterpretation of the matron goddess that I was working with, because the goddess that arrived to me whenever I first met her, I thought was Persephone, and it wasn't. I just kind of, like, since she was the only goddess I actually knew about, I was like, oh yeah, Persephone. No, it was Freya. And if you want to hear more about that story, I believe it is in the My Matron Goddess Freya video. Should be in there, all about that. But since I've already talked about it, I'm not going to go too much into that because it's kind of a long story. Not super long, but it's long and I don't want to tell it right now. Next question. Number 5, would you write a book on your craft or spirituality? Why? And if you already have, what were your challenges in doing so? So I have not written a book because obviously small channel, and I mean, I just, I feel like I don't really have an audience to write to right now. Maybe if I grow bigger in the future, I definitely would. Would I write it on my craft though, or my spirituality? I definitely would, but I feel as of right now, I'm still, like, I have a better idea of where I'm heading, but I still want to hone my skills on what I've been practicing, because I know, like what I do makes sense to me, but like putting a label on that is kind of difficult. And then making my whole like writing a book about my spirituality would, like, obviously if I did write one, it would be a very personal viewpoint on the craft and spirituality that I practice. It would not be for like, this is the only way you can do things. It would be like, here's how I do it. If you want to do that too, you know, that's cool. So yeah, I wrote that question specifically as well for some of the people that have written books, because I would love to know, like, your challenges on what it took to get to that point for you, because I'm personally interested in writing a book at some point, maybe even more than one book, but, you know, I don't personally have that know of the process, so I'm interested in seeing what you guys say. Number 6, if someone wanted to summon you, what 5 items would they need? So I thought about this for a little bit, because I've seen this question online before, and I was always like trying to think, what what items would it be? So for me, I know number 1 for sure would be some sort of sweet or snack, like candy specifically, because I have an obsession with candy. And then I was thinking, like, one of those like the iridescent, like, fairy wings, the little fairy looking wings, one of those. I'll just put a picture up and show you what I was talking about. So one of those. What else? I have a playlist that I made. It's not connected to, like, my channel name though, so I won't share that, but I have a playlist that I created that are a bunch of songs that I love right now. So it'd be like that playlist. It's basically like Life is Strange music, like their soundtracks, plus a bunch of other songs that sound similar to it, that I like, that fit within that, I guess. So yeah. Ooh, I feel like black tea, like a cup of hot black tea, that is me. And then the last one would have to be an artwork of some sort, like something artistic. I drew this piece a while back, like, and it was supposed to be the representation of my sort of spiritual self, or one of those aspects anyways. And it says shapeshifter on there. And she is like sort of an elven fairy being. So that's kind of how I consider my soul self. And yeah, that would be all 5. Since it has to do with art, and I really love art, and it's something so dear to me, I feel like that would just be great. Those are the 5 things you need to summon me. Unfortunately, I hold most of that, of like that list of things. I don't have the little iridescent fairy wing though. I would love to have one of those, like, little cute things, put it in like a jar or something. Number 7, if you were a ghost, what place would you haunt? I feel like I would haunt somewhere really gorgeous. Like, it wouldn't even have to do with my death or like where I was. And by haunt, I feel like it'd be more of like a resting area. Like, I guess if I couldn't move on from the earth and I was just a spirit chilling around, trying to figure out what I did wrong in life or whatever, I'd probably hang out, like, the first place that really speaks to me is I've always wanted to go to Ireland, or somewhere really similar to it, like maybe Iceland, because of all the greenery there, just really beautiful. Like, I don't know, Ireland more so speaks to me more than anything. There's just such great fairy mythology there, so encompassing like all of the land. So I feel like on the hills somewhere, like overlooking water area, I don't know, like I have a specific like place that it looks like in my mind, so I don't really know if that correlates to a real life place that I just haven't visited yet, or maybe I've visited in a past lifetime, who freaking knows. Anyways, yeah, I'd probably hang out in Ireland in the fucking, like, hanging out in an area in, like, mountains above water or some shit. It'll be great. Can't wait for that. Number 8. What is the funniest way someone has reacted to finding out you are a witch? So one of the greatest experiences that I had to someone finding out I was a witch was one of my ex-coworkers at my old job. She was a very big Christian woman, like super into Christianity, hardcore into Christianity. So we would always talk about God a lot, but I never like really exposed my paganism to her. I just really enjoy talking about spirituality, so I was all about talking about God and how I kind of saw God and stuff like that. And I don't remember how the conversation veered this way one day, but we're like organizing the candles in like the home section because I worked in retail. So I'm like organizing it and she's helping me and we're just talking about God and stuff like that. And somehow it veered to me saying like, oh yeah, I'm pagan, so probably not, or something along the lines of that. And she looks at me and she just starts laughing. And she's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, I mean, but I am pagan though. Like, I'm telling you, I'm serious, I am pagan. And she just kept laughing. She's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, but I am though. And she just laughed and then she like went to go do whatever else she had to do in her area. And I'm like, oh, okay. But we never really talked about like that in more depth because she just didn't believe me, so that was a weird experience. She's a really sweet lady though for the most part, so hope you're doing well out there. I don't even remember your name, so sorry. Hearts though. Number 9, do you have any superstitions? So I don't really follow most of like the weird ones that are like throwing salt over your shoulder or step on a crack, break your mom's back sort of thing. The one thing that I do feel like I have to do, and I don't know when this started, but it's probably because I see people do it all the time, or like my family members do it a lot, so I probably picked up on that, is whenever like you say something that is like bad that will happen or whatever, or like you say something that's bad and then immediately after you say that, like you'll be like, knock on wood, you know, like hope that doesn't happen. So I feel like I have to do that sometimes because I'll like say something jokingly and I'll be like, oh, knock on wood, you know, or like someone else will say it and I'll feel like I have to knock with them. I don't know when or why that started, but that is kind of the most superstitious I've been on really anything. Most of the other stuff like black cat crossing your path or whatever, not that big of an issue. I love black cats. 10, if you could possess any fantasy magic, what would your power be? The first thing that came to my mind after reading that is that I just want to have like glitter magic everywhere and just like throw it on people, but like it wouldn't be glitter that would like, you know, get in your eye or anything and hurt you. It would just be like glitter, you know, make you feel pretty or like shiny, like the anime sparkles. That's what I want. I want the power to give people and myself anime sparkles. Yes. Perfect fantasy power. Makes no sense, but I want it. Number 11. What is something random on your altar or altars? So I only have one. Let's find something weird. I have a Lego person on my altar from my work because I work around kids and stuff. So, yeah. I got this from work and I've just brought it home and it's ended up on my altar until I bring it back. So, yeah. This question is supposed to be just like, for clarification, something weird or random on your altar that probably has no place to be there, but it's there. Number 12. If one of the YouTubers you watch was a genie and they could grant you 3 wishes within their power, who would it be and what wishes? And it can't be for more wishes. So you can tell I got this from, oh, if a genie could grant you 3 wishes, what would they be, sort of thing. I wanted it to be more fun with like YouTubers that you watch. Doesn't have to be witchy. It could just be a random YouTuber you like to watch. But it would be that they would grant you 3 wishes. So, who would I do? Who would I ask to be my genie? So I feel like you can definitely get fun with this, but I feel like I'm probably going to give kind of a lame answer. I've been really watching a lot of Michele's videos lately. Pretty much been binge watching even some of her older stuff just because, yes. And she's been a really meaningful YouTuber for me to watch just because she was pretty much one of the first people that actually, like, has a conversation with me. Like, I've had other people whenever I first, like, really started that they just, like, were like, oh, hey, I like your stuff, subscribe to me. And I was like, okay, I guess if, you know, like, this is friends, right? Maybe they'll comment on my stuff more. And then they, like, never watched my videos or commented on anything. So I was like, oh, you just wanted a you wanted a sub for a sub, basically. And that's fine if people want to do that, but I'm kind of not about that. I'd rather have only people, like, I want my community of people to grow into people that actually want to have a conversation with each other. I don't want it to just be this, like, wasted sub, you know? Like, I don't need you on my subscriptions if you're not going to, like, I don't know, have fun and be a part of the community, I guess. So that person, I don't follow them anymore. I'm not subbed to them anymore. But Ashley has been one of the people that actually, like, you know, has conversation back and forth with me, and I really appreciate that. So now, with the permission of Ashley, if she wants to be my genie, I would appreciate that. And so 3 wishes. So my first wish, for sure, which is going to happen anyways, but as I said, my wishes are probably going to be really lame. First wish is that she'll keep posting like content because I love watching her videos a lot. My second would be that she keeps conversation with me because I super duper appreciate it, and I love, you know, just talking to her. And if you're watching, to you, Ashley, I really love having conversation with you, even though it's a little bit small right now, you know. I feel like you're a really great person, and I would love to continue the growth of this, you know. My baby boy, my doggo, he keeps knocking over the camera. This is such an issue. Anyways, third wish. So, my third wish from Ashley Michele, within her power, is that we would be able to grow to become better friends in the future, because I feel like you are a great friend. Although I can't speak from experience, I have a feeling, right? So I feel like the third wish came across as really desperate, but I'm totally not desperate, except for that I probably am. So, yeah. Anyways, besides all of that silliness, thank you, Ashley, for, like, you know, commenting on my stuff, you know, taking a look at my small ass channel and being like, yeah, this kid's probably cool, you know? That's really nice. I really appreciate you. Number 13, if you could instantly become an expert in any part of your craft or spirituality, what would it be? I really want to know a lot. Like, I'm really getting involved in healing magic and stuff. I'm really interested in that. I kind of want to learn Reiki and stuff, although some people think it's fake, so I'm not really sure how I feel about that yet. I'm definitely interested in, like, energy healing, though, so I might look more into that in the future. But if I could instantly just, like, have that and, like, know it respectively, not, like, just have the, you know, have the know, but, like, not the respect of the craft, I want both. So yeah, energy and, like, healing magic would be really cool. Number 14, when you die, what do you think will happen to you in your soul? This one's a hard one. I don't really know what happens. I personally don't believe really in the whole heaven-hell thing anymore. I used to whenever I was Christian. I just don't think it's, like, as easy as saying, like, they're good, they're bad, go. I am really getting comfortable with the idea of reincarnation. The question after that is, so, like, reincarnation, most of the ideas on that go from, like, you reincarnate until you learn all the lessons you're supposed to learn, and then you're enlightened, basically. Or some of them believe that. I don't know if I necessarily believe in the whole enlightenment thing. I would really have to do more studying on that. But I do believe that our souls go through lessons in each lifetime, learn what we need to learn, and move on to our next life. How many levels of life there is, I have no idea. But that's kind of my ideas right now. And lastly, number 15. Where do you see yourself spiritually in 5 years? Hopefully I'm still doing YouTube videos, and hopefully I've helped people by then, or hopefully people have helped me by then, and I've become much better being able to say what I want to say. Maybe I'll get comfortable enough to like actually write a book, like I said earlier. That would be interesting, to write a book, communicate with people. I just want to talk with more people on YouTube personally. But as far as like actual spiritually within, there are a lot of things about myself, a lot of past lives that I've believed I've led, or I've lived, nailed that I want to have more answers to, that I don't necessarily have the answers to at this current time. I hope that by then I will have a lot more answers. Although we all know that with more answers comes more questions, so we'll see where I'm at by then. Hopefully I'm still here on YouTube, you know? So, that is all of the Get to Know Your Witches tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to make, so much fun to look up questions and create questions, like stick stuff together, and I feel like this video probably will come out weird. I'm probably weird, you know, it's fine. We're all weird a little bit. But I thank you guys so much for, you know, giving me your time to watch through this, and if you guys are interested, please, 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 please make video responses to it. Do your own of the tag. I would love to see it. If you don't have a YouTube channel, I would love to see you do it on social medias. Yeah, just whatever. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.